Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 31st May 2024. So let's get started. So from last 2 days, we didn't upload it Hindu analysis, but yesterday there was one event and I will be posting now those images of those event. And Ayushi ma'am, Ayushi Pradhan, she secured All India rank 36. She also attended the session and she gave a wonderful speech, and we will be uploading those videos on YouTube within within at least 2 days. I will be trying to post them so that you will be getting insights regarding how to prepare for prelims, mains and interview. And even our chief guest, one of the chief guests is A. Sharath IAS, who is working as Principal Secretary of Tribal Welfare Department in Telangana State, and he also gave a wonderful speech regarding how to prepare for civil services and why civil services. We will be also posting that video on YouTube. Okay, and I was very happy. Yesterday's event was very successful, and the students who came to that event, so my thanks to them. Okay. And now let us see the front page of today's Hindu, and in this front page I found there are very important articles from our examination point of view, from prelims and as well as mains. So let us see those things. So first article, it is about monsoon sets in over Kerala and Northeast. So this article is very important. Why? Because if you open your syllabus, and in today's class I will be taking micro listing of our syllabus from 4 to 5 p.m. on YouTube live, and even in offline also I will be taking that same thing. So if you want to know the micro listing and the decoding of syllabus, please do join the class. Okay, and the class link will be provided in the groups. So if you have not joined the groups, so please text me on WhatsApp on the number 8074765513, so that I will be sharing the link of the groups. So there you will be getting the links and every updates regarding the classes. Okay, and now let us see this topic first. So in your geography, already I discussed about the subjects that are present are GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, and already I gave the brief idea regarding what are the main topics and the keywords in our syllabus in our last class, in our live. And next, here in that topic from GS1, if you have attended that, so which are the subjects in the GS1? We have history, Indian society and geography. So in geography again we have world history and Indian history, right? So in geography, so you will be studying world geography and Indian geography. In the world geography you will be studying about one important topic called as climate. So in that type of climate also you will be seeing monsoon type of climate. So if you are studying this Indian geography, so Indian geography in climate, so Indian geography or Indian climate is defined as monsoon type of climate, and this form a very good chunk in your climate topic of your geography. So here what you have to read from this monsoon point of view. So what is the meaning of monsoon? Monsoon is nothing but it is a seasonal reversal of winds. It is a seasonal reversal of winds. Seasonal means, so here we are taking summer season and next one is winter season. So direction of winds will be changing in this. So because of this changing of direction, we are causing rainfall in this monsoon season. So because of this, monsoon is called as rainy season in India. Clear? And now let me give you the dimensions that you have to focus. And if you read your NCERT, entire concepts will be very much clearly given in your NCERT. You can read 11th class NCERT, okay, for this chapter point of view. So from monsoons, you have to see what is this monsoon and what are the reasons or causes of this monsoons, and you have to see what are the factors which are influencing them. You have to see what are the factors which are influencing those monsoons, and in this monsoon you have to see different branches. we have Arabian Sea branch, and we have Bay of Bengal branch. You have to see what is that. And in this monsoon, you will be also studying about stages of monsoon, where it is getting started, how it is progressed towards, and how the rainfall pattern is there. So what is the impact of geography on the rainfall? So if you know the impact of geography, for example, here if you see physical map of India, we have Western Ghats here, we have Eastern Ghats, and they will be meeting at this Nilagiri, and here we have Aravalli range, and here we have Thar desert, right? So how this geography, and even if you move on to our northeastern part, we have like Purvanchal, especially there are 3 hills in Meghalaya region, Garo, Khasi and Jaintia. So based on this geography also, rainfall can be expected, right? So here you will be knowing about this will be wind side region, this will be rain shadow region or leeward region, like that, okay? So you have to see all those things. And apart from that, you have to see what is this ITCZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone. So this plays a very important role. And even Tibetan Plateau is also playing an important role in this monsoon. And you have to see like what is the monsoon starting, what is the progress of monsoon, what is the breaking of monsoon. And you have to see the next one is, in this monsoons we have 2 different types. One is southwest monsoon and next one is northeast monsoon. So you have to know the differences, and there will be certain terminology you will be coming across when you are reading this monsoon, like October heat, what is that? So all those things which are clearly given in your NCERT books, you have to read that for this monsoons. And one of my sincere request is, for your geography from GS paper point of view, there is no need of reading any standard books. So just read your NCERTs from 6th to 12th class. So if you read them, then your geography portion is done from general studies. Clear? Now let us see some important notes regarding this topic. The first topic here, it is about monsoon sets over Kerala and northeast. So here you can see 2 areas are given here. So what is the relevance of this? I will be drawing map and I will be showing. So Kerala and northeast region, so monsoon sets in over. That means here the southwest monsoon which had been started. So because of this, here if you see this image is depicting that dark clouds hover over Grove Beach at Kovalam in Thiruvananthapuram. So in Thiruvananthapuram, what happened? Dark clouds they covered. That means it is a sign of getting rainfall. So if you are seeing like clouds, that too dark color, means that is filled with water, right? That means we can expect rainfall. So this is the thing which mainly says that yes, monsoon had been started. So what is the date today? It is May 31st. So yesterday itself it had been covered, okay, that is on Thursday, that means over by May 30. So I want to draw one more map here, so that I want to make you understand why this Kerala and northeastern regions are given in the newspaper. So just I am drawing a thematic diagram, it is not exactly the same, okay. So here we have equator, that is 0 degrees centigrade, and you know here 23.5 degrees north, okay, 22.5 degrees north will be there here. So normally what happened during summer season, ITCZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone, will be shifting towards northwards, right. So because of the shifting of this ITCZ towards northwards, we can see low pressure area will be created, right. Normally ITCZ will be formed at this equator, but during the summer season it is shifting towards northern hemisphere. So compared to this 22.5 north degrees, so equator will be having low temperature. That means now we can write here high pressure region. I am doing comparative study, okay, keep it that in your mind. Okay, again here we have 22.5 degrees south, right. So here also we have high pressure, okay. So what happens from this high pressure, winds they have to move to low pressure, right. So here we have to apply one concept called as Coriolis force. So because of this rotation of earth on its own axis, it will create Coriolis force. So, because of this Coriolis force, we can see there is deflection of winds is seen. So, how this deflection will happen, in which direction? If you take the globe and here if you are dividing it into north hemisphere and south hemisphere, in this southern hemisphere deflection towards left, in northern hemisphere deflection towards right. So, if you remember this concept, and you can easily draw the winds. So, normally winds will be moving in this direction, okay, because in southern hemisphere deflection will be towards left. That means if winds are moving in this direction, they will be taking some deflection. So, after reaching or after crossing this equator, what happened? Deflection towards right. They will be trying to move in this side, but they will be taking deflection like this. Okay, so this in this summer season, what happened? So, temperature is very high, so water is becoming into vapor. Water is converting into vapor in this so and so regions, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. So, whenever winds are moving, so they will be carrying the moisture. So, because of this, we are calling them as moisture laden winds. So, what are they? Moisture laden winds, and these moisture laden winds, they will cause rainfall. So, here in this monsoon we have two branches. So, first one is Arabian Sea branch and next one is Bay of Bengal branch. So, Arabian Sea branch, they will be hitting this Kerala coast first. So, because of this the word Kerala is there, and again this Bay of Bengal branch, so they will be hitting this northeastern region. So, because of this northeastern region and Kerala, they were in use. I hope you understood the concept, right? And now let us move on to this notes part. So, why it is in use? Because the southwest monsoon set over Kerala 2 days before the normal day. And the day before forecast, the date of May 31st, the India Meteorological Department said. So, we have IMD. So, IMD came with a forecast, and this forecast said that yes, this monsoon wind, they started hitting the coast of Kerala and as well as northeastern region. The onset of monsoon is defined as when this Arabian Sea branch setting in over Kerala. So, when it happens usually on this month of June, that too on 1st of June, but it is somewhere advanced around 2 to 3 days. Now, let us see what is a southwest monsoon season. So, the southwest monsoon season in India, we are calling it as rainy season. So, rainy season, that is from the month of June to September. That is from June to September. And this southwest monsoon, it is caused by what? It is caused by intense low pressure system, and this intense low pressure system which mainly forms over this Tibetan plateau. Over this Tibetan plateau as a result of intense heating during the summer season. And this southwest monsoon, they will bring a lot of moisture. So, what they will bring? They will bring a lot of moisture with them as they pass over the equatorial warm currents. So, as I said no, so in this summer season the water will be warm. So, because of this water is converted into vapor, and this vapor will be easily carried away by this moving winds. So, that is called as moisture laden winds, and they will pass over this equatorial warm currents. And whenever this moist laden winds, whenever they are hitting this mountain barriers or for example Western Ghats, and they cause rainfall. Okay. For example, this is the moist laden winds which is causing rainfall here. So, this is called as windward side. So, in this windward side we can experience rainfall, but there is no rainfall in this leeward side. So, because of this we are also calling this leeward side as a rain shadow region. It is called as rain shadow region. Okay, it is also called as rain shadow region. Clear? So, these southeast trade winds cross the equator and enter Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea only to become entangled in air circulation over India. And now I want to show you image how these winds will be moving. So, here as I said, we have equator, and here these are the winds which are moving, okay, in this way. And first they will hit this coast of Kerala, and next one is they will be hitting here northeastern region. Clear? And now let us move on to our Delhi page. So here you can see one interesting image. So what can you find in that image? Something you can see cigarettes, they are of big size. So if you see this image, it is depicting about World No Tobacco Day. And even in our text and context of today's newspaper, which is talking about tobacco and its impacts. So how many of you are from AP? So if you are from AP, you will be knowing about this tobacco, right? And if you are going to interview, so from AP state, then there will be a question for 100% regarding this tobacco cultivation AP and side effects. So if you are going to be, if you are a district collector or district magistrate, then what are the steps that you are going to take? So that way you can get a question, okay, in your interview. Be prepared. So now let us see some facts regarding this No Tobacco Day. So every year 31st May is observed as World No Tobacco Day. Especially why we are celebrating this day? To spread awareness around the deadly effects of tobacco consumption. So especially we want to increase awareness, and as well as we need to focus on the deadly effects of tobacco consumption. The member states of World Health Organization, they created World No Tobacco Day in 1987 to draw global attention to tobacco epidemic and the preventable death and as well as diseases causes. So as a tobacco is containing, like, this main component is nicotine, okay, in tobacco. And apart from that, in making of cigarettes, they will be also adding other excipients. So because of this, what happened? There will be lots and lots of side impacts, okay, side effects of these tobacco consumption is seen. Okay, so because of this, we have to avoid tobacco. So if you go to any movie, in the movie theater, they will be playing about story of Mukesh. Yes or no, Mukesh story, or someone will be saying, I sold my gold bangles to get the treatment. Why? Because they are habituated to take this tobacco, and because of that, the negative impacts like cancer, mouth cancer, throat cancer, lung cancer, those are like deadly diseases. Okay, so now let us see what are the health impacts or negative impacts of consumption of tobacco. So tobacco addiction has been recognized as the single largest cause of preventable death and disability worldwide. So across the world here, that is causing death and disability, and every year millions of people, they die because of this tobacco use. So because of this tobacco use, every year many people, they are losing their life. So it is our responsibility to stop this using of tobacco. And India accounts nearly 1.35 million deaths every year, and it is also a second largest consumer and producer of tobacco. It is a very important point. So India accounts for nearly 1.35 million deaths every year, and also the second largest consumer and producer of tobacco. Okay, so because of this, we have to control using of this tobacco. And nearly 80 lakhs people, they die every year globally, of whom 13.5 lakhs are Indians. So Indians, they are having like much habituated to tobacco. And next one is smoking causes death through like cancer or sometimes heart attack or brain strokes, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, that is COPD, and even it will be having impact on our blood vessels, so that it is also causing vascular disease. Okay, so if anything which is related to blood vessels, we are calling it as vascular. Okay, so women smokers, they are increasing, and even women, they face additional hazards like adverse pregnancy outcomes. So if a pregnant woman, she is consuming this tobacco, means that will be having for sure negative impact on child's growth and development. And even female specific cancers like cancer of breast, cervix, and even increased cardiovascular risk. So these are some important side effects for women if they are taking this or if they are consuming this tobacco. So unless sustained, the effective initiatives or implemented, the prevalence of female smoking is likely to rise to 20% by 2025. And what are the environmental impacts of tobacco? It is very important. So first one is there will be emission of greenhouse gases. So more than 84 megatons of GHG, that is greenhouse gases, which is released because of this tobacco. And next one is contamination of soil and water. So tobacco contaminates soil and water because it is having toxins, and even contamination of soil by microplastics in the cigarette butts. So cigarette butts we have some microplastic, and even single use non-biodegradable punches and as well as e-cigarettes. And next one is tons of water they are used to make cigarettes. Okay, so because of this, yes, we are also exploiting this water resources. And next one is deforestation. So more than 60 million trees are chopped down to make these cigarettes. It is also one important issue. And now let us move on to the next topic, that is also from the front page itself. So here you can see one good image. So what is this image depicting? Tell me fast. So what is that image is about? Okay, it is about rocket launch, right? But why this rocket launch is important? Because it is done by one startup, that is Agnikul. Agnikul launches world's first rocket with fully 3D printed engine. So first important thing here is it is a private agency, and next one here is they are using 3D printed engine. So what you have to know here? So from science and technology point of view, you have to know advancements in space sector. Okay, from GS paper 3 under science and technology. Okay, under GS paper 3 under science and technology. So here we have space technology. Space technology is one important area where you can get questions in your prelims and mains. It is very important. And now this is much more relevant and much more increasing of significance of space technology. Why? Because we are allowing private sector. So why we are enhancing or why we are giving support to this private sector? So when private sector is entering, there will be increasing of competition, and also there will be increasing of quality, and we can also get advanced technology, and finally it will also lead to development of country at large. Okay, so this is about some basic criteria, and next here you have to see which is that private space agency. So from this you can get some basic questions, and apart from that you have to see what is this 3D engine, why it is unique, or what is the significance. All these are very important from GS paper 3 under science and technology point of view. Now let us see this article in detail. So context says that the Chennai headquartered space startup, that is Agnikul Cosmos Private Limited. So this Agnikul Private Limited, which launched the world's first rocket, that is Agniban suborbital technology demonstrator. So what is the name? That is Agniban suborbital technology demonstrator with a single piece 3D printed engine. Okay, with a single piece 3D printed engine. So if you see details, it says that Agniban SORTD. Okay, so Agniban, it is India's first launch from private launch pad. That is called as Dhanush, which is established by Agnikul. So here you can see recently this Dhanush is in use, what it is. So from that way also you can expect your prelims based question. And even it is also India's first semi-cryogenic engine powered rocket launch. So it is first semi-cryogenic engine powered rocket launch, and it is world's first single piece 3D printed engine. So it is world's first 3D printed engine designed to build indigenously. So here if you are talking about some facts regarding this Agnikul Cosmos, so Agnikul Cosmos, it is a space startup which is based in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and it is focused on developing and as well as launching rockets. So actually the important aim of this Agnikul, it is to provide accessible and affordable space launch options, especially for small satellites. So this is the important aim behind this. And actually this Agnikul, it was founded in 2017. Agnikul Cosmos, which has emerged as a notable player in India's growing private space agency. As you all know that, yes, India is supporting private space agency and we are also promoting private rocket launches, right? So in that context, you can also add this example, and even one of the important private space mission that recently launched was Vikram-S, right? So with that Vikram-S, then you can also add about this Dhanush, okay, Dhanush and as well as Agnikul. So these two are very important from improvement of private space sector in India, because now we are in this space era, 2024 space era or new space era. So in this new space era, India wants to occupy its space. Okay, so for that we want to be more competitive and we have to launch missions at a very affordable and very accessible way, right? So for that, yes, we can encourage this private sector also. Yes, now let us see why this 3D printed engine is unique. What are the special characteristics it has? It is very important. So first one is 3D printed engine utilized in this Agniban. Here it is very important because it is integrated single piece construction. So it is constructed as a single piece itself. And next one is, so because of this innovation, it also reduces the cost and as well as it can also leads to increased reliability on the fewer parts and joints, etc. And next, it is about one more important and interesting article. So leave this city page, it is not at all useful, students. So leave this city page. And in this states page, yes, there are many articles. So there are many articles regarding heat wave, okay. So heat wave is very important from your geography point of view. And recently there are some debates going on to include this heat wave under disaster, okay. So in this context, so this topic is very important from your geography. So as I said, GS1, we have this geography. So in this geography, you will be studying about heat waves, okay, you will be studying about heat waves. So here you have to see some dimensions. So what are those dimensions? What are the heat waves? So what are the conditions to be satisfied? So in this condition you have to remember the number, like in hilly regions, what is the maximum temperature or like what is the standard temperature, and next you have to see in plains. So there is a two criteria here, hilly regions and plain regions. So you have to see that, and you have to see what will be the impact. And there are many articles which are in our newspaper regarding impact of this heat waves. So in this impact, the first one I want to say is, so whenever there is increasing of heat, what you will do in your home. Okay, for example, we have summer holidays now and there is increasing of heat. So what will you do? You will be using more electricity because you will be using fan and you will be using ACs or coolers, whatever it is possible you will be using. For example, if there is any power cut, now in our homes we are having what is that? Inverters, generators. So further we are using more and more power, right? So this is the thing which mainly said, because of this heat waves there is increasing of consumption of power. And even if the people who are not having this, for example rural areas, there are agricultural laborers, there are tenants, right? So whenever they are going for work in the farms, so they will be not getting these leverages that people from this urban areas are getting, right? So here there is increased deaths. there is increased deaths, especially in these agricultural laborers, tenants, etc. That thing that you can see. And because of these two reasons, this heat waves are seen again in news. So you have to focus on that. So here you can see the title, amid raising temperatures, demand for power surges in South Haryana by 70%. So normally what is the electricity that is used in this Haryana, which had been increased by 70 times. So you can imagine, and even when we are going for more and more produce of electricity, again that will be harm for our environment, because where can we get this electricity? So we have different sources like renewable sources, non-renewable sources. So renewable means we can regenerate, right? Non-renewable, if once it is over, it is over. So non-renewable, example coal, crude oil, etc. Renewable is like sun, solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, tidal energy, etc. So here whenever we are going for increasing of use of electricity, again normally in India we are dependent on coal. So we are producing thermal energy. What is that? We are producing thermal energy. So thermal energy by burning coal. Again further it leads to increasing of GHG, that is greenhouse emissions. So whenever there is further increasing of GHG, again there will be increasing of temperature. So because of increasing of temperature, again there is increasing of demand for energy, again there will be increasing of production. So it is a cyclical way. Are you understanding? It is a cyclical way. So you have to know some facts regarding this heat wave. And next topic is 8 die of heat stroke in Bihar. So I said no. So because of these two reasons here heat wave is seen. So especially because of intense heat wave condition, so it is seen in Bihar. So temperature is more than 44 degrees centigrade. So because of this heat stroke, 8 people they died. Okay, so you have to know about this heat waves, that's it. And you can move on to this states page. Yes, here you can see one interesting, it is one of my favorite image in our today's newspaper. Okay, so I am trying to buy this type of doll, but I am not getting, but actually I am not getting time to go to buy this type of dolls for my kids. Okay, now let us see here, this image is depicting about which tiger species? It is Bengal tiger, right? So where? In Indira Gandhi Zoological Park in Visakhapatnam. So whenever you are getting this type of wordings, like any park in which state or in which area, there is a high chance of getting question regarding these zoo parks. That had been done in 2018, 2019, 2021 also. You got questions regarding wildlife sanctuaries or biosphere reserves and as well as zoo parks in news. If they are coming, then they will be asking questions. And here there is about the mention of Bengal tiger. So because of this you have to know some facts regarding this Bengal tiger. And next important topic here is monsoon croaks. Monsoon croaks project roams in public to document frogs in farms and backyard. So this article is talking about frogs. So actually, yes, in the first page, so there is interlinking. So whenever you are reading newspaper, try to interlink with one page with another page. So if you go on to this first page, okay, if you go on to this first page, so what happened to this? The first article we studied about monsoon started, right? Yeah. So this is the article that we studied, monsoon sets in over Kerala and northeast. So actually this monsoon season is very important for these frogs because breeding starts in this monsoon season. So because of this, wherever this type of season is happening, and if it is important for any species, so we have to connect with our environment and ecology point of view. So in environment and ecology you will be studying biodiversity, there you will be studying about different animals, different species, right. So from that point of view, this article will be very important. And even in environment and ecology you will be studying about one topic called as indicators. We are calling them as bioindicators. So some animals, they will tell about the nature of ecosystem. So how it is, whether it is healthy or whether it is poor or whether it is unhealthy, like that. For example, we have dragonfly, we have lichens, right? So in the same way here, so in the state space they gave about frogs. Yeah, here. Yeah, they are going to start study about these frogs. So why they have to study about these frogs? Because by studying about these frogs, then they can understand the nature of ecosystem, whether it is healthy ecosystem or not. Clear? So now let us see this topic in detail. So context says that monsoon is a festive season for frogs, because in this season they will be most active and they will breed during the rain. Okay, so actually I want to give you one more example. So how many of you are from agriculture family or farming family, so that you can understand this event? So normally if you are taking any rice or paddy fields, so if you are arranging proper amount of water in this paddy field, so at that time you can see like sounds of frogs. So frog will be making some sounds, but in the dry seasons we will be not getting that sounds. That means whenever there is availability of water, then these frogs will be very active and they will be breeding. And one more interesting fact I want to say is, so here why sounds will be made by the frogs, especially to search their mating partner. Okay, so to decide their mating partner, here the frogs will shout. Okay, so that is the reason. And this shouting of frogs or frogs noise will be seen only in this monsoon season or whenever there is availability of water. Clear? And now let us move on to some more details here. So here the survival of frogs is very important because it is serving as an indicator of ecosystem. And here by this good number of frogs, then we can understand this environment health, and especially if there is any challenges like climate change and rainfall decreased patterns or changing of rainfall patterns and habitat loss and water pollution. So if any of these factors are there, that will lead to decreasing of number of frogs. So here this article says that 41% of world's frogs are on IUCN Red List of endangered species. Okay, so that is also important because of climate change, because of global warming, so there is also the negative impact seen on the survival of these frogs. Yes, now let us move on to next topic. So you can leave this spotlight. So on this Friday newspaper, we will be having spotlight, Metro Plus. So leave this, they will be not at all useful for your examination. And in this editorial page, you can see this article. So this article is talking about universal health coverage. And this universal health coverage is very important topic. And even in 2022 and 2021 mains also you got question regarding this universal health coverage. So it is one of the favorite area of UPSC and we are going to see this. Okay, so now let us see what is the meaning of universal health coverage. So understanding the meaning of these things will be very important. So universal health coverage means the people, they will be having access to full range of quality health services, okay, and when and where they need them without any financial hardship. So whenever they are getting the access to this healthcare, that is called as universal health coverage scheme. So actually what it covers, I am saying like universal health coverage. So what it is covering, so those are also very important, right? So the first one here is it covers full continuum of essential health services. They will be including even health promotion to prevention, treatment, rehabilitation and palliative care. So palliative care is nothing but preventive care for the diseases. So even in our sustainable development goals also we have one target of this regarding health. So achieving universal health coverage is one of the targets of nations of the world set when they adopted by this 2030 sustainable development goals in 2015. And if you see this universal health coverage in India, currently India aims to attain universal health coverage through the expansion of Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, that is PMJAY, and it is a flagship publicly financed health insurance scheme of union government. So it is very important, friends. Fine. And next one is what are the challenges in implementing of this universal health coverage. So from these challenges you can get at least 10 to 15 marker question in your mains. So first important challenge here is, yes, we have to complete that within a time frame of 2030, because sustainable development goals we have 17. So in that 17, one is talking about health. We have to attain that by 2030. So this timeline is hard to track the progress of this scheme. And next one is stagnation. So whenever we are going for improvements to this health services and it had been stagnated, the improvements in the services coverage which had been stagnated till 2000, since 2015, and the promotion of population that faced catastrophic levels of out-of-pocket health expenditure since 2000 onwards. And next one is there is also shortage of manpower. So there is no proper manpower which is present in India, especially in some Western Asian nations also. They are not providing the proper medical service. There is shortage in this manpower. And next one is there is also lesser spending in health sector in India. So this is also one important problem. And next one here is, I want to give you one mains question. So please try to write an answer for this mains question. Examine the role of data and digital technology in achieving the goal of universal health coverage, and what are the challenges. So try to write an answer for this question, don't forget. So these are some important articles from our Hindu newspaper. And one more thing is, we are providing 30 days of free offline classes, and yesterday we had one event and that event is very successful. So because of that, here we are going to come up with an offer for both offline and online students. So normally fees for online is 60,000 rupees, and we are going to provide 50% off. 50% off, that is 30,000 rupees only you can get access to this live courses. Okay, live classes are going with topmost faculty of Delhi. And next one is, for offline it is 1,20,000 for GS, and we are coming up with discount on this, and within 75,000 you can get this course of offline, including everything, like you will be getting classes, and if you are missing this offline class, you will be also having the recorded class. And next one is answer writing practice, and from today onwards we are going to start this multiple choice question, that is prelims based questions practice today, because in these days we are very much busy with talking and arrangements, etc. So everything is done by yesterday, and we are going to starting our that is prelims practice from today onwards. Okay, and also prelims and mains test series, one-to-one mentorship with toppers, and Ayushi ma'am also, she is going to take mentorship for our students of offline or online. Okay, so try to join this, and if you have any queries regarding this course and the prices, so please contact me on this number 8074765513. Okay, so that's all students. I hope you enjoyed this class, and please do like and share this class to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy, and thank you so much for watching.